stop into Partenkirchen to buy, sell, and trade different goods. While you're here in Garmisch, I do recommend going over to that side of town, taking a stroll down the historic Ludwigstrasse, which is a beautiful cobblestone street. And it actually is where the old Roman trading route used to be. It follows the same exact path. So yeah, lots of beautiful shops and businesses and restaurants on Ludwigstrasse. So I definitely recommend putting that on your list of things to see. And then Garmisch was first mentioned around 800 AD, so quite a few years later. And over here in Garmisch, there was just a bunch of Germanic farming going on, not really a place where people would come and stop to buy, sell, and trade various different goods. Then if we fast forward to 1935, Hitler was in power here in Germany, and he decided that he wanted to unite Garmisch and Partenkirchen as one town so that they had a stronger local economy, so he could tax them more. But the two town mayors weren't so keen on this idea. They had very separate identities and wanted to remain two separate towns. But Hitler made them an offer that they could not refuse. He said, well, either you guys are going to join your towns together, I'm going to take you two mayors, put you in Dachau concentration camp, and find two mayors that will join the towns together. So they said, you know what, joining doesn't sound so bad after all. So they did become one big town in 1935, and due to those taxes, they were able to fund building the Olympic ski jumping stadium for the 36 Winter Olympics. This is something else that I highly recommend putting on your list to see while here. It's really cool to go check out, and it's also the start of the Parknot Gorge hike. So if anybody is going on the Parknot Gorge tour, then you will see the Olympic ski jumping stadium. But if you're not going on that tour, it's very easy to get to the Olympic stadium via the bus or the or you could call a taxi, but it's very, very easy to get to, and something I highly recommend seeing while you're here because it has such a unique piece of history for this town. So yeah, those are two things highly put high on your list while here in Garmisch. And coming up on our right hand side, we're going to see a bright peach colored building called Peaches. So this building was actually the headquarters for the Brown Shirts, and the Brown Shirts were a group of rowdy young guys that Hitler used to essentially bully his opponents. Here it is on the right. And so when his opponents were hosting any rallies or speeches, the young men in the brown shirts would go basically bully them while they were giving their speeches. Here on the right, we have the Marienplatz, or the walking area. Definitely something fun to go check out while you're here, just not on a Sunday because everything will be closed. And then here on the right, we have the new church. So this church was built in the early 1700s, and you're probably thinking to yourself, Sierra, that's not very new. But in relation to the old church, which we'll see in just a moment, it is quite new. The old church was built in the early 1300s, and it's believed to originally been a pagan temple, and then later in history converted to a Christian church. Here's the steeple right ahead of us of the old church. But keep the new church in mind because I have a really cool story to go along with it in just a moment. Straight ahead. Just a steeple. And then as we go through this light, if you look left or right, you'll see the Leutzach River. The Leutzach River has this beautiful blue color due to all of the minerals that have washed down from the mountains. And they've, like, as the snow melts and rain falls, it picks up all these minerals and turns the water this really beautiful blue color. Let's see if it's blue today. A little bit. We've got a lot of snow melt going on, which kicks up a lot of sediment on the bottom of the river. But the Leutzach flows all the way up to Munich and was very important to the towns built on and around it because they used the Leutzach to float lumber to these various different towns. Now here on the left, we have these two identical white buildings. These buildings here are actually old war hospitals from World War II. They were part of the German hospitals for the Nazis. So apparently if you had to be pretty high ranking in the German Nazis to be sent to that war hospital, because apparently it was a pretty good hospital. So if you were being sent down here to Garmisch, you were a pretty happy camper. But then after the war, those two buildings became American property, and we used them for quite a while to house employees. So before the Edelweiss existed, we had 3 or 4 different hotels here in Garmisch and Partenkirchen, and all of the employees were housed there at those 2 buildings, which I've heard stories of. Apparently it was a little creepy because it was a hospital and there was like a morgue there and everything. So some spooky ghost stories going on and stuff. Whether or not it's true, I don't know, but yeah. And then here on the left, we have this big yellow building we're getting ready to pass. This building is called the Hotel Sonnenbickel. So this doesn't really have much to do with like history about Garmisch, but the Hotel Sonnenbickel is where the King of Thailand loves to stay when he comes here to Garmisch to go skiing. That's where he stays. Sometimes he rents out the entire hotel. Sometimes he rents out just a couple floors. It kind of depends on how big his crew is that he's bringing here to Garmisch to ski with him. But it's quite the spectacle to see them skiing. I saw them a couple times this winter while I was out on the mountain, and all of them wear these yellow, bright, like neon yellow bands around their arm, and then the king has this bright yellow neon sign on his back, I guess, so that they can easily find him while he is skiing on the mountain. So yeah, fun fact, the King of Thailand loves to ski here in Garmisch. All right, so here on the right hand side we have the Verdenfels golf course. This actually also used to be owned by Americans as well, but we have since given this golf course back to the Germans, but they do still offer us a discount. So if you want to go golfing, this is the closest place to Edelweiss. And on the right, up in these foothills of this mountain here, if you look up just a little bit, you'll see the Verdenfels Castle ruins. This is one of my favorite things to talk about. So the Verdenfels Castle, they started building it in 1180 and finished in 1230. So it took them quite a while to build. And for a long time, the only purpose of that little castle, quote unquote, was essentially a
wood carving and Albershon. Very popular, very unique. It's quite beautiful.
Yes. So long. How are you? Yeah, I'm ready for the summer. Yes. Yes. Good morning. Yeah. Getting through the winter. Yes. Yes. Despite all the pollen that's to come and all this stuff. Yes. But I'm
One of the
One of the grandmas, we had to take the stick away. She couldn't go to the museum with it, so that was that. So let's see if she wants another walking stick.
oh.
Yeah. Where is she? Susie. Get you a walking stick to replace?
That one doesn't come apart, that'd be worse yet.
Yeah, they may actually arrest you for that.
I've looked at canes before, but
They've got some beautiful Christmas stuff. So some beautiful woodworks. I'm not sure which is actually hand carved. Dude. No, you got it right. So how much?
$1,600.
Yeah. That's fantastic. But
300.
What's your budget, Michael? We'll pick you one up.
I honestly was prepared to buy one, but I can't. I'm not spending, over $300-400. It's absurd. And then where do I
Well,
put
these
the
are down
thing?
here, $265.
Yeah, but all this
$298.
ornate stuff, I think it would snap off. Did you touch it? I think it would just snap to pieces. If I had a carry-on, I'd have to keep it like right by my side. And this one might be all right with this roof.
You can ask at the shop too about shipping. I don't know.
This is the Wieskirche Church. Apparently the Vatican has recognized it because of a miracle with the crucifix inside it. Some people thought the crucifix was grotesque, that it was exaggerated, but we all know that's not necessarily correct for the crucifixion.
Tiny, tiny little one.
This was the original church that it was in.
And then once you guys are done taking a peek inside, just come gather around. Sorry. Oh, chicken.
Yeah, I'm from Nebraska. It's all right. It can go.
Okay, so over here we have a little farmer pool. So a lot of parents will actually pay the farmer that lives here in the summertime to take their child and teach them the ways of farming. These are usually the city kids from up in Munich. Their parents just want them to get a little taste of the farm and what it takes to work out here. So it's really awesome for the farmer to later.
So the church I was just in is the miniature where the crucifix was originally, and now the Vatican has stepped in and built this church, which is pretty spectacular, to house the crucifix. So I'm approaching the church. There's a little coffee shop across from it. You see the rectory at the back, the bell tower. She said this is Baroque style. I'm not familiar with it, but I see it. And then there's a cafe across from there. Okay. So it'd be like St. Peter's.
So open to tourism, and then it has about 2 hours from here, maybe driving. But
We're at Neuschwanstein Castle in the Bavarian village. We are going to head up to the bus tour. We have to pay €3.50 to ride the bus rather than walk up to the castle. We're very fortunate, beautiful day.
Michael, I don't want you to miss out.
Miss out on what? I'm videoing. I don't want to rush my video.
You're making content for your blog?
I do. I have a YouTube channel.
Nice.
Yeah, Skipper Pete Travel. All over the world. Yeah.
You do Asia as well? Or?
I have. I was in Yokota Air Base in Japan for a while. South Korea at Kimhae.
Okay.
Then to Guam. And then I asked for Florida and they gave me Honduras.
Wow.
So I had to talk to the first sergeant.
Did you do?
Then there's the Kramerspitz, the Bonk, and the
You know the
Boxing
altitude? That's what I was more curious about.
Yeah.
So this is the grandfather's castle of Ludwig. It's okay, if I can look. As if you knew something off the top of your head.
2,962 meters.
So now we're almost 9,000 feet. Wow. So you're enjoying doing this tour?
Yeah, I am.
This is far more unique than when we go to Disney World.
Right?
Unfortunately, I think this is beautiful.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, it should be okay.
Oh,
I led you the wrong way.
well, I was talking to her, I'm sorry.
That's our leader. Which way did she go?
I know.
No, I was asking her about the mountain peaks and the heights.
So, welcome to Marion Bridge, or in English, Mary's Bridge. This bridge was built by Ludwig's father as a gift to his mother. His mother really liked to do outdoorsy stuff, go on hikes and all that fun stuff, but this was kind of frowned upon for women to do at the time, but she was the queen, so she could do what she wanted. So he built her this bridge to access some of the more hiking trails that are on the opposite side of this bridge. Now today we're only going to go about halfway if you choose to go up there and then turn around and come back down. Ludwig was on this bridge one time and one time only. That's when the exterior of Neuschwanstein was complete. He had all of his servants light candles in each of the windows, and he went out and looked at his castle, and then he was content. If you do not like heights or you are wary of bridges that the planks move, or you just don't want to walk up there, I know of a secret spot. 2 minutes this way on your left-hand side, there is a bench with an opening in the, what are those things called? Trees. Where you can see the bridge and the castle behind it. Now, if you are up for walking up here, I definitely recommend it. This is one of the most iconic views of the castle that you're gonna get. It's gonna be a little bit crowded, so just be patient, take your time, take your photos. Once you're done with the bridge, I'm gonna wait right here for you, and I'll guide you on how to get to the castle once you check back in with me. Any questions, comments, or concerns? All right, yeah. Bathroom is down by the castle.
How much time did you spend here?
Like 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
All right, I'll be here waiting for you.
So, trail to get the most iconic view of the castle. I have not hiked in 2 or 3 years.
Didn't hear any complaining.
No, no complaining, but lots of breathing. That barbed wire?
Yep.
That's certainly meant
We
to
can
keep.
get through that easy. A farm girl.
Yeah,
Is Joanne doing this?
I don't think so. Bridge is actually just over the hill.
Tree roots.
It's pretty fantastic. A Lord of the Rings type ground.
Oh, I get people there.
Yeah.
He's right.
What's the weight limit? I better let the ladies go first.
Why? In case it collapses?
I didn't say.
Holy cow. There's nothing here.
Gosh, so be patient, it'll work out. Everybody wants to see.
It's a gorgeous view. Bring your patience.
Yeah. I'm gonna pray. Wow. Yeah, I'll go left,
You go left.
right, left, right.
This
Back
left.
on active duty again.
There it is.
Wow.
Look at that.
Keep my phone close.
Now we get a good picture on here.
Wow. I can feel the boards moving. That's good. Yeah. Okay.
没有头是吧？
What a fantastic every board I step on is like stepping on mushrooms. 2, 3. Well, because then you can have the story. So now I'm headed down to Neuschwanstein. Neuschwanstein is across the property, which is the grandfather Ludwig's castle. We are not going there. This trail is about a 10-minute walk. They have very specific times for tour groups because of the amount of people that want to visit the castle. So it's a get you in, get you out. And so there's the signs for the split in the road. I'm going to stay to the right. A lot of barbed wire. Our tour guides are on the right in the gray jackets.
And they also have like places where so they have even colder, right? You go like this and you run. I go in all the way to my neck. Oh yeah, we can stay there. Once you're in,
Yeah, that's the hard part.
it's so good. Oh yeah. I need a burning ground pad.
Yeah, at the Skyline Inn, they have like the 7 techniques, which is like a very Icelandic tradition, and one of them is a whole.
Is that there? Oh yeah.
So that is King Ludwig, the grandfather.
That's the lake that he used to
The beautiful mountains. Really wonderful. Continue down the trail. King Ludwig II. There's a picture of him back at the base of the mountain. I'll take a video of that. But that is the castle, and I don't know if it's just a rumor or wives' tale, but supposedly Walt Disney modeled the castle in Florida and the castle in California after this castle. Okay. So there's a statue at the top. I'm gonna see if I can get. If that's King Ludwig. It's a beautiful walk. Most of the tourists have hung back, thank God. Sometimes it's difficult to walk the path with tourists because we all want to get to where we want to get to and nobody wants to walk in the rocks. unfortunately you get people who in their country, they're just rude. There's no getting around it. You're like trying to walk ahead of them and you get in front of them and then they push alongside you. It's like, I can be hateful too, but the thing is, don't be. If people are behaving badly, let them be the bad people. So our tour is at 1:10. We're supposed to meet at 1:05. We kind of have some dead time, which is why I really do not like doing bus tours, because they leave at 8 in the morning and they go till 5 p.m. when really the tour could have been done in 4 hours. I agreed to do this one tour because so many of us are on it, and it would be more difficult to book a private tour. So there's a balcony there. People are waving at us.
Tirar uma foto dessa raiz aqui. Raiz.
She estimated the cost at about $1 billion in today's dollars for this. My friend Joanne is an absolute trooper. She just completed the same walk. Drop my phone.
That's what I'm on.
Oh, you can go inside?
Well, we've entered the castle. Yeah, on the tour, no. We're not on the tour.
Yeah, once you're... Oh.
I'm not sure what's turned the stones yellow, if it's marble. Or rust. It looks like it's part of the structure. Very beautiful. Architecture is very unique. Some stained glass. So we were able to come up these steps. This part is open without a reservation. Unfortunately, there's no filming or picture taking once inside. Oh, Lord.
And I'm going back in October.
So we're going to take the horses down. You can do that. We're waiting. We have more coming. So we're going to take the horse carriage down as soon as the rest of the people get here. Terrific tour. Unfortunately, a little short because it's not a completed castle.
Better take a bag, but Candy says, well, we got a bag, so I carry it.
Quite a place. So we're taking the horses down in the carriage.
I wish they had an option to pay like 20, 30 euro more to take pictures inside.
Okay. Das ist ja kurz, okay? Finish.
Oh yeah.
We are going downhill with the horses in the lead.
I was going to put on my roller skates.
You'd be going as fast as we did on the Autobahn by the time
I'd be able to hit stop.
I lost my phone. There's a telephone pole there. I had my hand down there. Suddenly there was a barrier. I got off this cart.
And we had to move or else the bus was going to hit us around a turn. Yeah.
I like this guy. Yeah, right.
Was ist los, ein Deutsch? Eine Deutsch. No. The light, the gray pole. That's the light. Eine Deutsch.
In Deutsch. Laterne.
Laternen.
Ja.
Danke. Laternen.
Sis? Salam.
Ja.
Ja, das ist Laterne.
Ja.
Laterne. Was ist Achtung? Oh,
Schön.
I know what you're talking
Special
about.
Straßenlaterne.
Straße, ja.
Straßen. On the street is a Straßenlaterne. In a garden is a Laterne. Laterne im Garden
Ja, ja.
or house.
Ich verstehe.
Yeah.
Ja, on Deutsch, no, I didn't know. So, sehr gut. Now, Straße, Lantana, Lantanen.
Yeah.
Danke, danke.
Gerne.
Probably, yeah. I can't imagine going up the steps.
United States.
United States.
Yeah. Small state called Nebraska. I want to go to this shop down jewelry store and I want to see what this watch, if it's German mechanical. So, and we need to go eat. The mountain, the print.